Brian is hopping on now.
I'm on, in fact.
Oh, hey, Brian.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, fellas, we get it. Technology works. Brian, it's been for several years now, about 5 years, James. You and me have been palling around. James is a great guy. Like I shared with you, Brian, he's got a great heart. He lives down in your neck of the woods.
Hey, James.
Earned a ton of money in mortgages. Got his ass kicked. Earned some more. And James Brian is I'm really blessed and grateful to have a partner who's like the yin of my yang, super brilliant, dropshipping ninja, and just doing some really good stuff in the world. So, gents, I'm happy to introduce you boys.
How's it going?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's going good. So, Brian, are you in Orange County or Irvine or something like that?
I'm in Orange County, the Fullerton area.
Yeah, perfect. James Chapman, I chatted a little bit, and the guys said they were going to even be in Orange County maybe for an event. We get a chance to meet. And so, yeah, I heard a lot about you, the project, and like Troy said, him and myself and James Chapman have been friends from Holy Cow since, I don't know, 2009 or 10, something like that. And
Wow.
kind of were model matches personality-wise, and stayed in touch, and hopefully we can work on a project together. So
Cool.
now we're all, collaborating, and I'm glad to hear that he's found a project that's doing well, and I appreciate you putting me in touch with you, so we can always just chat and see if there's a fit for me somewhere, in what you guys are doing.
Sure. So, do you have a pretty good understanding of what we're doing right now?
Yeah, I do. And, let's see, if my call drops, because it drops from here where I'm going right now. If it drops, I'll call you. I'll dial right back in. If it doesn't, I'll keep talking.
Cool.
Anyway, with the drop shipping I do, and then with the personal growth and motivation I do, and we're the two crisscross, and who's doing what, and whether they're independent or have to be together, I'm not 100% sure, but I definitely have an idea of what drop shipping is.
Okay, cool. And so right now, how would that fit in your life right now? Are you working a full-time job right now, or how's that work out for you right now?
Yeah, so right now I have a project. Let's see, so full-time, first of all, that's an interesting question. What's one man's full-time might be another man's part-time, but, I like to work. Then I exercise, then I go back to work. So that's what I enjoy doing. That being said, do I have a project that's paying me what most people consider, a good living? Do I need a job? Most definitely not. Am I interested in listening to an opportunity? Most definitely. And so that being said, I could and would make some part-time time available as I have a project that is taking, or I definitely want to commit, 50 hours a week to it spread out over 7 days. And so, bringing something else in that I was committed to is definitely possible on a, part-time, couple hours a day, so 15 hours or so a week basis would be very possible at the time. And, as you know, tomorrow's guaranteed to no one. So, the ground floor opportunity that started about a year ago, which is, like I said, is paying pretty well by most people's standards, for a variety of reasons, could be gone tomorrow. So, hopefully that answers your question.
Okay, cool. And so, the concept of drop shipping is one of those business opportunities that allows you to start it, in any way you want. I mean, for the most part, you can go fast or you can go slow, you can work a lot or you can work a little. It just depends on what you want to do with your life. It's one of those things also that doesn't require you to put, any meaningful amount of cash up front to be able to do it because you don't hold inventory. The beautiful thing,
right.
That's pretty much the beautiful thing about it, is that you can work with OPM, right? Other people's money. And so all you have to do really is build up a client base, but it's really not even a sustained client base. It's just you put an ad out there and people buy your product, and and then you essentially put out more ads and more people buy your products. that's really how it is. And the nice thing is it's really a numbers game. But as long as you're playing the game, you're gonna make money. And it just depends on the level of effort you want to put into it, because that determines the amount of money you can get out of it. It's a nice business that way to be in. A lot of people that start this business, they do it for various reasons, but a lot of folks they just they don't want to work their regular job, and so they come into this and literally own their own life afterwards. It's a lot more fun working for yourself than it is for an unrelenting boss. For your perspective,
I think so.
From your perspective, sounds like you're an entrepreneurial type of guy, and so for you, I'm guessing this is more curiosity to see if you can do it, and then if you find that you do, then it's something that you can build up into a pretty nice, scalable business that could give you opportunity
Right.
to do other stuff.
Right. And so a couple, thoughts on that is I have a lot of faith in kind of similar qualities and such as James and Troy. So when they, look at an idea, been involved in an idea, and vet an idea, and say, hey, we're having success with it, it's legit, and have vetted it, that gives me a lot of confidence. I believe that finding something you're a match with, skill-wise, is huge. I tell people that all the time. Just start with something you like. And I hate to say it, not only something you like, but if you have a skill set for it, in fact, a lot of people choose something they like and they really don't have the skill set for it. I mean, you can want to play basketball all you want, in the men's league, but if you're 5 foot tall and you can't jump and you got one eye, you know what? Maybe being a jockey would have been a better idea, just because it's a fit for you. And I just say that because I watch people sometimes struggle. Myself, my dad's an engineer, so math and organization and such are good fits for me. And it's funny, I like to work by myself and such, but I also do enjoy networking. My mom, on the other hand, wanted to be a nurse and is involved in a lot of social activities and loves being around people. So one minute I enjoy being alone and pounding stuff out and creating stuff and being left alone as much as I do, chatting with 15, 20, 30 people.
Sure.
So that being said, and I also understand Amazon and I understand purchasing, and I quite frankly, like I said, those pieces made me feel like, it was a good fit. And so I thought that, quite frankly, I thought that it had the potential to be, how do I say it? I'll tell people all the time, I say, guys, don't jump from thing to thing. Do something, do it well, pour gas on it, and make money. You don't have to jump on every opportunity. Find one and stick with the damn thing.
Oh, yeah.
Turn it into something. So my point to that is I'm not necessarily looking to jump. I also do have a couple people, a handful of people, that are damn good Indians. They're not entrepreneurs, and they don't want to stretch out. But I wondered, and I've done this before, even like in my mortgage business right now, I've got a guy who's a hell of an Indian, but he's not a chief. And so I work my mortgage business with him. I bring the leads in, and such, and he processes them, and he's happy with that. Well, I wondered if I could, team up with, someone who was looking for an opportunity, but wasn't brave enough to jump and do it themselves, but will commit, a couple hours a night to something, that would pay a couple hours a night to something that would pay them $30,000 a year. They'd be the happiest people in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're making $30,000-$40,000 now. So,
yep.
so that was a thought to mine, is I might be able to partner with someone. And then again, my other gig is a gig. I hate that term. But anyway, my 30-day money right now is a new network marketing product. And again, by most people's standards, it's doing very well. But that could be over and done with in a heartbeat. And so I'm not saying that this wouldn't be my number one effort for long term either.
Yeah.
So anyway, those are just a couple things, like I said, that go through my mind. But it definitely starts with trusting James and Troy feel like it's a match for my skill set.
Well, the nice thing is this is the kind of deal. It's a nice type of business that you can get other people to run for you, okay? And then all it does is it turns into a money machine. It takes a bit of knowledge and a little bit of grinding up front because you need to understand what it is that's required to run the business, right? But beyond that,
no problem with that.
yeah, but beyond that, once you've got a good staff, and we like to encourage people to hire people from the Philippines to do a lot of the grunt work, and then once you've got those folks established, you can literally manage them from afar as long as you hire good people, and then they run the business for you. And that's pretty much how I do it today. I literally spend 2 hours a day managing my business from a very high level. The people I have working for me do the majority of the work, and all I do is answer questions from time to time. I don't do any of the grunt work at all, and they earn a bunch of money for me, and I'm very happy about that. It's a very great way to be in business for yourself, and it gives me the capabilities of doing other things like what we're doing with the Seekers Guild. I wouldn't be able to do that if I was grinding down every day running my business like that. This is one of those things where you could be a grinder if you want and do that if that makes you feel good. But if you're someone who wants to just start something, set it and forget it kind of a thing, and just manage it from afar, this is a great opportunity to do that. And if you're in real estate, it's a and for other real estate people that are less successful, this is a great deal to have because it's income that happens throughout the year. People are buying stuff 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
Right.
And for real estate, you're very cyclical, right? You've got good times during the summer. It slows down in the winter. If you're lucky, it kicks in the spring, but usually the heavy business period is in the summer when kids are out of school and all that, and everybody's starting to move. So this is that kind of an opportunity where really lends well to anybody in real estate because it's income all throughout the year, and it doesn't require you to be heads down all throughout the year. It's a great opportunity for folks that they can be grinders, or they can just be high level managers, or they can just earn a little bit of money, and and it'll lend well to do that as well. It's very flexible in terms of the type of people that could do well in this business. But on top of that, it's also a jumping off point to other avenues within the e-commerce marketing environment. You could get into what we call private label, clearance sales, and earn higher revenue streams. Not revenue streams, not necessarily higher revenue streams, but higher return on investments based on going after clearance items or private label stuff or liquidations, things like that. You could really build it into a big business where you could be literally making $1 million a month in sales and profiting 20+% of that in profit every month. It just depends on what you want to do. So in a way, the sky's the limit. It doesn't require you to recruit anyone from a network marketing perspective. You just build it up like you would any other business, just like a brick and mortar business, but your method of execution is through the internet, and really the power of Amazon.
And I don't mind saying, I don't mind, recruiting. In fact, I always tell people, none of us mind recruiting, as long as it's something we want to recruit to. Meaning, hey, let's go to this movie. It's going to be amazing. I want to recruit some people to go with me because I believe they're going to have a good experience. So. Myself, I don't have a fear, I don't even mean a fear as in afraid, but those aren't, none of the terms, pyramid scheme, recruiting people, motivating people, encouraging them, those aren't words that push me away, whatsoever. In fact, that's one of the reasons I got into the mortgage business was I had an option. Go to work for a bank, be a loan officer, work 9 to 5. Go to work for a bank and be 1099, eat what you kill, and grow it as big as you want. You want to get an assistant, you can get an assistant. You want to get 2, you can get 2. You want to get a junior loan officer, you can get a junior loan officer. You want to build, start your own brokerage company, start your own. You want to start your own bank, start your own. There's no ceiling on it, and again, you eat what you kill. So none of those pieces are things that I'm recruiting, motivating team members. None of those are things that I, shy away from. I'm not going to kid you, my hot buttons and stuff are legit, solid people are doing it. People with heart that when you squeeze them, all the crap doesn't, drain out of them. Those types of pieces are fine and are what I'm looking for. And then the work that goes along with it. I'm the type of person, when I first walked in the gym, I was like, I'm small, I want to be bigger. You're big, what do I do? As long as it's just legit, then I'll just listen to what you say, and such. So, whatever it takes to get there, I would just follow your guys' leads. And if I can make more by, bringing a few friends in, holy crap. I mean, I would love to bring a few friends in and get them away from their 9 to 5, my family specifically, get them away from their 9 to 5, and such. And they have a similar mindset from a, organization. My brother's operations manager, a huge warehouse, a huge plant. My other brother works in, does the same thing for John Deere. I mean, these guys are methodical, the way they fit, and with enough personality to make them enjoyable. So, that's what encourages me. So anyway, that's a little bit.
And you're right. There's a lot of folks that could really benefit from being in this type of business. And the nice thing is in terms of competition, it's not. I mean, it's because of the massive size of Amazon. They make $78 billion in sales a year. I think it's 78 or 76, but it's huge, and that's just the United States, and that's half of that business is coming from drop shippers. So there's a lot of room to compete. There's a lot of room to really make your own niche in that business. And like I said, it's a jumping off point to other aspects into the other half of Amazon's business, which is called FBA, which includes all the other stuff I mentioned earlier. So this type of business is really great for anybody who just wants to get a side thing going to develop a supplemental income, or it's great for anybody who wants to turn it into a full-time business. It's got that wide range.
So a question that I would have, this part that I ran into as a loan officer.
Yep.
I got in the business because I want to be someone's trusted advisor. It's a decision with where people don't want to make mistakes. They want to get the best product. They want to trust someone. And then we went through the 2000s and such, and we became a commodity.
Yeah.
People didn't give a crap if their family or what. They would call Taiwan. Hell, they'd call Syria if they thought they could save an eighth of a percent on their rate. And being a commodity makes you whittle down your margins because let's just go to the next person, in this case a drop shipper.
Yep.
Is there a way that we're able to differentiate ourselves as the site or something of choice versus others, or is it just simply a matter, unfortunately, of everyone shops until they find the product for the least amount of money? And again, mortgage is a lot like that. Real estate agents, it's a little different now because with the bust and the bubble popping, there's a little more fear, which is great. Fear creates a need to jump on a life raft. If everyone thinks every life raft is safe, no one cares. But a couple people drown, and now people are paying a little bit more attention to life rafts, or in this case, loan officers that they're working with because of the bust and the boom. And so, but otherwise, it's just a matter of who can get out, meet the most real estate agents, pad their pocket the most because you're paying all of them because they don't, to a certain degree, they don't really care. They'll just go to the next one. And so, as drop shippers, just kind of curious, are we a commodity, or is there a way for us to differentiate ourselves, or is it the one with the most exposure is going to win, and it's that simple?
So the best answer I can give you to that question is that from the drop shipping perspective, the only way to differentiate yourself is to provide the best customer service you can to your customers. That will, as you get bigger, allow you to have a bigger name, better reviews from other customers, and more reviews. That's your niche right there in drop shipping. It's a customer service contest for the most part. If you provide that level of high level of customer service, Amazon throws you more business. Customers see by the number of reviews that you're an experienced seller and probably worthy of greater trust. But that's about the extent of it. Now, where you can become less commoditized in that respect is when you start offering your own products for sale. Okay, that's when, when you become a private label entrepreneur. That's when you can really differentiate yourself, because now you can create a category, you can join a category, and then you can differentiate your product by, its own unique characteristics, your customer service expertise, and your capability of meeting the market's demands. So that's how it goes.